أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه الأخيار أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. The story of Qais ibn al-Mulawwah, Majnūn Layla, as popularly known, has been widespread to the extent that some even have seen it to be a kind of those legendary stories, not really a kind of a legend, ustura, not a reality. But then, if you follow up the story very well, you realize that it's a real thing that actually occurred. قيس بن الملوح والملقب بمجنون ليلى, as he was titled because he was so much in love with Layla. And the Junoon here is the level of love that is said to be huyam. And you get to the level that you are confused. You don't know what you're actually in. You can't even tell your own condition. So the level of huyam, that is what has affected him, and Layla is the cause of this huyam, and so he's called said to be Majnun Layla. I Hibbu Layla, basically. And he had lived in the period of 28 Hijriya to 68 Hijriya, which will be around 47 or those 40 something ages. That is 645 Miladiya per the Gregorian calendar, and then up to he lived till 688 per the Gregorian calendar. He's said to be a sha'iru ghazal in Arabian. His poems were all about ghazal, and flirting, about love, describing love. And he's said to be min al-mutayyamaini. Mutayyam, somebody that is in love, somebody that has been engrossed by love, is said to be mutayyam. As in the beginning of the Diwan, Sheikh Ibrahim has said, أبا القلب إلا أن يكون متيما أبا القلب إلا أن يكون متيما حليف غرام بالنبي محيما. So mutayyam, somebody that is so much attached to something, is said to be one of the mutayyamaini. There are two of them that are like that, and they are from Najd, min Ahli Najd. They are all from Najd. عاش في فترة خلافة مروان بن الحكم وعبد الملك بن مروان في القرن الأول من الهجرية. So he lived within the first period of the first century Hijriya. That is from the after Hijrah, 200 years. He lived within that period, since we have been told he lived from 24th Hijriya to 68th Hijriya. في بادية العرب, بمعنى he lived in the deserts of the Arabian desert. لم يكن مجنونا, as we said, وإنما لقب بذلك لهيامه في حب ليلى العامرية. He wasn't really mad, but he was titled Majnūn Layla due to the huyam, that confused love state that he had for Layla al-Amiriyya. التي نشأ معها, he actually grew up with her. وعشقها, he fell ardently in love with her. العشق بمعنى ardent love. He fell so much in love with her. فرفض أهلها أن يزوجوها به. Her people refused to get him married to her, or get her married to him. فهام على وجهه, يعني he lost it. ينشد الأشعار, he lost it, and he set off coining poems for Layla. ويأنس بالوحوش, he kept company with the wilderness. Bimana, not wush as in animals actually, but he was always in the wilderness, kind of bushes and the faraway deserts alone. ويتغنى بحبه العذري. الحب العذري بمعنى the pure innocent love. The Azra is said to be a virgin and an untouched woman. So al-udri bimana innocent. قصيدة البردة, there is something like that. يا لائمي في هوى الأزري معذرة مني إليك ولو أنصفت لم تلمي. Where Imam al-Busiri was saying that يا لائمي في الهوى الأزري معذرة, oh, you the one reproaching me in my pure love, معذرة, I apologize, sorry. ولو أنصفت لم تلمي, as he said, if you were to be just, you wouldn't even reproach me. But you are not just, so if you see me in love that way, you kind of say he's stupid, love has messed him up and all that. But he's telling you that my hawa, my desire, is uzri, is very pure. So he's saying that وَيَتَغَنَّى بِحُبِّهِ الْعُذْرِي, bimana he was singing about his pure love. It's said to be this قصيدة مؤنسة. It's said that when we say al-mu'nis, somebody who you keep company with to put away your boredom, like Anisa, your close companion. So he said that this qasida, he used to recite it as to keep himself company, and those of his people who used to give him food found him out and they heard him singing the poem and they recorded the poem from him. It says فيرى حينا في الشام وحينا في نجد وحينا في الحجاز. Sometimes it will be said that Majnun is here, sometimes it will be said that he's here, sometimes it will be said that he's here. So from Sham, areas of Syria, you find him later in Najd, sometimes you find him in Hijaz. It says وهو أحد القيسين الشاعرين. The Mutayyamaini, those two people whose love story was known, both of them were also called Qais, incidentally. So he is the أحد القيسين الشاعرين المتيمين. They were both poets and they were both ardently in love. It says والآخر هو قيس بن ذريح. The other one is the Qais ibn Zarih. So there are two Qais who were having this same situation. Said وقد وجد أو وقد وجد أي وجد قيس بن الملوح. Our own Qais, Majnūn Layla, he was found ملقى بين أشجار وهو ميت. He was found thrown off somewhere dead. وحمل إلى أهله, and he was carried to his people. And I actually went to fetch something about the case of Nazarih from various sources, mostly Wikipedia, about something little about case of Nazarih, so that we complement our knowledge on in that regards. Qais ibn Zarih al-Laythi al-Kinani wal-mulaqab bi Majnūn Lubna. He was also called Majnūn Lubna. His beloved was called Lubna. He also lived within the period of 625 Gregorian calendar to 680. Just a bit earlier than Majnun, because Majnun was actually some 20 years after him. You're looking at the Gregorian calendar. It says Akhul Hussein ibn Ali, the brother of Hussein ibn Ali, because they both breastfed from the same breast. Min al-Rada, from breastfeeding. He's Hussein ibn Ali, Hussein the son of Ali, is his brother from breastfeeding. They both breastfed on the same breast. He's also a sha'irun ghazal in Arabi. He's also a poet who normally sings about love and all that. عاش في فترة خلافة أبي بكر الصديق وعمر بن الخطاب وعثمان بن عفان وعلي بن أبي طالب ومعاوية بن أبي سفيان في القرن الأول من الهجرة. So he also lived within the first century Hijriya, and he lived through the Khilafah of all these people. He lived through the Khilafah of Abu Bakr al-Siddiq, through up to the Khilafah of Uthman ibn Affan, through to the Khilafah of Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. He lived all this period, also in the deserts of the Arabs. لم يكن مجنون لبنى مجنونا. Likewise, he was also not Majnun. He was also not Majnun in the actual meaning of the word. The Majnun is actually used majaziyan for them. وإنما لقب بذلك لهيامه في حب لبنى التي نشأ معها. He also grew up with her. So normally it is said that the love that one is nurtured on is stronger. That is why in the hadith, even though some have pointed hands to the hadith that it has some weakness, but hadith that has to do with adab and stuff like that is used. Where he says, عَدِّبُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ عَلَى حُبِّ رَسُولِهِمْ وحب القرآن, or some hadith like that. كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. We have to train our children on the love of the Prophet, the love of the Quran and all that. When you let them nurture on a love, it grows stronger on them. So all of these stories, you realize that they grew up with the beloved in a way. Whether they grew up in love or they grew up together and the love grew alongside. التي نشأ معها وعشقها وتزوجها. The only difference is that this Qais actually got to marry his beloved. ثم طلقها. He divorced her. لكونها لا تلد, due to the fact that she doesn't give birth. So he married her, alright, but she wasn't giving birth, so he divorced her. فهام على وجهه. So he also lost it. ينشد الأشعار, started singing poems. ويأنس بالوحوش, also everybody who gets to this level of love likes to stay in solitude, likes to stay alone. So you find that every mystic, every Sufi, everyone that gets to that level of ibadah, you find the person always wanting to be in halwa. Because in the halwa, that is where he gets to stay alone with his beloved, who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. They like to always stay. So the wuhush in these people's story will be the halwa in the story of awliya Allah. They always like to stay alone with their beloved. وَيَحْنَسُ بِالْوُحُوشِ وَيَتَغَنَّى بِحُبِّهِ الْأُذْرِيِّ. He was also having this pure love for his beloved. وَتَزَوَّجَتْ بَعْدَهُ فَلَمَّا his beloved Lubna, she married when he divorced her. فَلَمَّا مَرَّتْ فَتْرَةٌ مِنَ الزَّمَنِ, as some time passed, سَاءَتْ حَالُهُ, he became very bad, his situation became very bad. The situation of Qais ibn Zarih became very bad, said that his love was growing and it was coming to the level of harming him. وَهَامَ مُجَدَّدًا بَعْدَ أَنْ رَآهَا, his love refreshed when he saw her, يعني as she is married. فحيرها زوجها بين أن تبقى معه أو أن يطلقها لترجع إلى قيس. Her husband, being generous, gave her the option that he can divorce her so that she goes with Qais ibn Zarih, or she stays with him, a new husband. فاختارت الطلاق والرجوع إلى قيس ibn Zarih. She chose that she should be divorced and she will go back to Qais ibn Zarih. غير أنها بعد الطلاق, unfortunately after the divorce, ماتت, she died. She didn't go back and marry Qais ibn Zarih. So right after the divorce she died. فمات على إثرها قيس ibn Zarih. Qais ibn Zarih died right after her. So he didn't get to marry her. Right when she died, he also lost it and died. Okay, so that's some petty things about their life. Qais ibn Zarih is the one who said, تحدثني الأحلام إني أراكم فيا ليت أحلام المنام يقين. الله. شهدت بأني لم أحل عن مودة وإني بكم لو تعلمين ضنين. Allah says, تحدثني الأحلام, my dreams or my fantasies are informing me, they are telling me that indeed I will see you. That is when they separated, indeed I will see you. And then he says, فَيَا لَيْتَ أَحْلَامَ الْمَنَامِ يَكِينُ, that now that she's no more, his dreams and fantasies are telling him that you will see her. And he's saying that فَيَا لَيْتَ أَحْلَامَ, as we know, later is used for wishes that will not happen. How I wish these dreams and fantasies. أحلام المنام. Al-manam, we use manam to mean dreams. We use manam to mean ism makan linnaw, the place you are sleeping. We use manam actually to mean ism zaman linnaw. And then manam as well can mean the nawm itself. So ahlam al-manami bimana ahlam al-nawmi. How I wish that these dreams of sleep, these dreams I'm having in sleeping, because you have ahlam that are dreams which means your aspirations. You don't need to sleep to have them. But this ahlam here are ahlam of sleep. When you sleep, the dreams you have, they are the ones telling him that he will see her. But he's wishing that these dreams were yaqeen, they were reality. Says shahidtu bi anni lam uhilla an mawaddatin. I bear witness that indeed I have not left the love that was existing between myself and Lubna. Says wa inni bikum. I bikum here is ihtiram for Lubna. I bimana wa inni biki. Indeed with you, wa inni bikum law ta'lamina, if you knew, doninu. And I'm well attached to you if you knew. So these were part of his abiyat. He is also the same person who is said to have said, وَقُلْتُ لِقَلْبِي حِينَ لَجَّ بِيَ الْهَوَى وَكَلَّفَنِي مَا لَا يُطِيقُ مِنَ الْحُبِّ أَلَا أَيُّهَا الْقَلْبُ الَّذِي قَادَهُ الْهَوَى أَفِكْ لَا أَقَرَّ اللَّهُ عَيْنَكَ مِنْ قَلْبِي. Allah says, I said to my heart, وَقُلْتُ لِقَلْبِي, I said to my heart, حِينَ لَجَّ بِيَ الْهَوَى, when desires entered it. Desires entered the heart so much. لَجَّ بِمَانَ دَخَلَ. وَكَلَّفَنِي, and it burdened me, مَا لَا يُطِيقُ, what my heart cannot take, مِنَ الْحُبِّ, of love. and he gave it burdened with so much love that his heart cannot take it anymore. And then he said, "Ala ayyuhal qalbu, oh dear heart, alladhi qadahu al-hawa, that is being driven by desires or by love. Afik, come to reality, wake up. La aqarra Allahu aynaka min qalbi. May Allah not fixate your heart, your eyes on a heart." Yani the woman he's seen and he's so much in love with and realize the love is going up. He's praying that Allah should bring this heart back to consciousness. It shouldn't get fixated on a particular heart. We mean the heart of Lubna. Normally it happens to beloved. We will see that in the story of Qais ibn al-Mulawwah. When he got so much in love with Layla, it got to a point he now had to resort to Allah and pray to Allah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to free him of this ardent desire that is going through. And we will see that inshallah, as I've labeled it rightly, Al-ana ila قصيدة المؤنسة. Inshallah, this will be just the muqaddimah, and we will see the قصيدة المؤنسة as we are going to get into it. We will just pick about some 15 abiyat as I've done it. It's about some 71 or 72 abiyat. We will pick 51 for this night, and then inshallah we will take the rest later. Okay, this will just end the muqaddimah. May Allah get us into the abiyat themselves peacefully and guide us through it and make us understand the essence of the lessons. Amin ya Rabb.